In this lecture, we will learn how to control the concurrency of workflows and jobs in GitHub Actions. So by default, GitHub Actions will allow you to execute multiple workflows or jobs at the same time. So here we have the same workflow that we have worked with previously. Here I will add a sleep command. So I want to execute the sleep command to sleep, let's say 5 minutes. So now I will commit the changes, and when we commit the changes, the workflow will be triggered because here we are setting the on keyword to push. So let's go here now to the Actions tab and see if the workflow was triggered. So now the workflow is executing. So the Docker job was completed successfully, and the deployed job is still running because we are executing the sleep command to sleep for 5 minutes. Now, if we made some changes here and we commit the changes again, a new workflow will be triggered and we will have two workflows working at the same time. Okay. For example, here I will change the name of this step. So I will call it building the image. So let's now commit the changes. So let's refresh here the Actions tab. So now we have two workflows running at the same time. Okay. So we have this workflow running after adding the sleep command to the deployed job. And we have this workflow running after changing the step name in the Docker job. We can modify this behavior of GitHub Actions using the concurrency keyword. So here in the official documentation of GitHub Actions, so here we see that we can use the concurrency keyword to ensure that only a single job or workflow using the same concurrency group will run at a time. We can also use the concurrency keyword at the workflow level to ensure that only one workflow is executing at a time. So here the concurrency keyword, we can use it either at the workflow level. So for example, we can set it here after the on keyword. And when we set the concurrency keyword at the workflow level, we ensure that only one workflow is running at a time. And we can set it also at the job level. So for example, we can set it here in the deployed job. And after the concurrency keyword, we set the group keyword to make this job belonging to a concurrency group. So let's set here the group keyword. We can set it, for example, to prod. So now when we commit the changes, GitHub Actions will ensure that only one deployed job is in the running state and only one deployed job is in the pending state. Okay? And if we trigger the workflow multiple times, only the last workflow will be in the pending state. So let's now commit the changes and see how GitHub Actions will execute the workflow after adding the concurrency keyword. So let's refresh here the Actions tab. So now we have 3 workflows running. Let's cancel these 2 previous workflows. So now only the last triggered workflow is in the running state. Okay, so now we will make some changes here, and we will push them and see how GitHub Actions will handle the workflows. Okay, so let's for example change again the name of this step. So let's commit the changes. So let's refresh here the Actions tab. So now we have 2 workflows running. So here we have the workflow triggered after adding the concurrency keyword to the deployed job. And here we have the last workflow that was triggered after changing the step name. So now we see that only one deployed job is executing at a time. So for this workflow, we see that the deployed job is running, but here for this workflow that was triggered after changing the step name in the Docker job, it is in the pending state. And here we see that this workflow that was triggered after changing the step name in the Docker job is now in the pending state. And if we make some changes again, GitHub Actions will cancel this workflow and we'll keep only the last workflow in the pending state. So if we change here again the step name, for example, instead of push, we call it pushing the image. So let's commit the changes. So now we expect GitHub Actions to cancel this workflow and to keep only the last workflow in the pending state. And if we refresh here, so we see now that this workflow was cancelled, the workflow that was triggered after changing the building step in the Docker job. And now we have only the last workflow in the pending state. We can also here use the cancel in progress keyword. So when we set it to true, GitHub Actions will cancel the Docker job of the workflow that is in progress and will start executing the new workflow. So let's commit the changes and see the execution of the workflow. So now we expect GitHub Actions to cancel this workflow and to start executing the last triggered workflow. So now this workflow will be cancelled and it will start executing the last workflow. So we see here that it cancels the deployed job of this workflow and it moves to the execution of the last triggered workflow. So now whenever we make changes here, GitHub Actions will cancel the workflow that is running and will start executing the last triggered workflow. So if we make changes again here, so now when we commit the changes, we expect GitHub Actions to cancel this running workflow and to start executing the last triggered workflow. So this workflow now will be cancelled. So this operation was cancelled. So the workflow was terminated and GitHub Actions start executing the last triggered workflow. So whenever we want to have only one workflow or one job running at a time, we can use the concurrency keyword. And we can set also the cancel in progress keyword to true to cancel any workflow or job that is running and start executing the last triggered workflow. So that's all for now. Thank you very much and see you next time.